Do you really know what you want? Not the surface level answer. Not the vague dream, but the raw specifics. What exactly do you want? When? How much? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Most people never ask. They grind endlessly, but work blind. Jim Rohn once said, "Good worker, poor asker." That's the tragedy of the average life. People work, but they don't ask their own minds what they truly desire. They don't ask others for guidance. They don't ask life for direction. Epictetus said, "First, tell yourself what you would be. Then do what you have to do. Because if you can't define it, you can't discipline yourself toward it. You can't hit a target that doesn't exist." Most people aren't lost because they're incapable. They're lost because they've never decided on a destination. Clarity is the beginning of power. The moment you dare to ask, life starts to shift. You ignite something within yourself, a force that was sleeping. When you speak a goal out loud with conviction, the mind begins to reorganize around it. That's not magic. That's biology. Your focus becomes a filter, hunting for evidence, clues, and opportunities to make your words reality. Most people don't get what they want because they never ask for it clearly. They confuse hard work with direction. They move fast. But in circles, you don't need to understand how it works. You just need to do it. You don't need to know how electricity flows. You just flip the switch and light fills the room. Asking works the same way. Once you decide what you want, your energy flows in that direction. The universe doesn't reward effort alone. It rewards intentional effort. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your thoughts are scattered, your life will reflect that chaos. If your mind keeps repeating, "I don't know what I want," confusion becomes your identity. But when you say, "I will achieve this in the next 90 days," your brain listens. It begins filtering reality to serve that command. This isn't mysticism, it's mental architecture. Clarity rewires the nervous system for pursuit. The human brain is a heat-seeking missile. It locks on to whatever you define. The problem is, most people never set coordinates. They wish vaguely, then wonder why life gives them random outcomes. Receiving isn't the issue. Asking is, life gives by default, but only to those who know what they're reaching for. Jim Rohn said, "Receiving is automatic. Failure to ask is the problem." So, stop waiting for luck. Start defining your demands. The universe doesn't play favorites. It plays by precision. Seneca once wrote, "If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable." You can have the best ship, the strongest crew, the fastest winds, but if you have no destination, you drift endlessly. That's what most lives look like, motion without meaning. You think you lack time, luck, or opportunity, but what you really lack is specificity. The universe is overflowing with abundance. But most people show up with a teaspoon. They scoop once, complain it's not enough, and walk away defeated. Meanwhile, the disciplined arrive with buckets, barrels, entire tanks, and they fill them without apology. The difference isn't luck, it's readiness. The question isn't, is there enough for me? It's, do I have the capacity to receive it? You want more, then become more. The universe always mirrors your structure. Small mind, small vessel, clear vision, overflowing reward. This is where Stoicism becomes practical power. Marcus Aurelius didn't tell you to dream. He told you to prepare your soul. Desire without discipline is noise. Desire with structure becomes force. The Stoic path is not passive acceptance. It's deliberate readiness. Be tolerant with others, but ruthless with yourself. You say you want freedom. Then build discipline strong enough to earn it. You say you want love. Then become a vessel deep enough to hold it. You say you want success. Then construct the habits that deserve it. Life is always ready to pour out its gifts, but most people come unprepared to receive them. Life never denies you. It only mirrors your capacity. When you expand your standards, your world expands too. So ask yourself now, did you bring a bucket or a spoon? Because the universe is full, but it won't pour itself into weakness. Jim Rohn once said, "Don't mumble, be clear." That's the foundation of intelligent asking. You can't just say, "I want to be happy." That's vague. Happiness is not something that falls into your lap. It's something you design. Be exact. Say, "I want to wake up every morning free from financial stress. I want to work 8 hours a day doing something I believe in. I want peace in my mind and fire in my purpose." Your mind obeys specificity. It does not respond to fog. The Stoic knows that if you never define your aim, you'll spend your life reacting, not living. So write it down. Every detail. What do you want? When do you want it? What color? What sound? What feeling will it bring? The clearer the picture, the stronger the pull. Your brain is a servant, it follows orders. But only when the orders are precise. Every vague goal you speak dies in confusion. But every well-defined intention becomes a command. Each time you add detail to your vision, you forge a stronger magnet that pulls reality toward it. Jim Rohn said, "Make plans like an adult, but believe in them like a child." That's the formula. Adults calculate, but doubt. Children believe, without proof. A Stoic warrior must balance both, structure and faith, logic and conviction. Marcus Aurelius said, "Live in truth and justice. Tolerant of those who are neither, that means act with integrity. Stay grounded in reason, but never lose your fire." Cynicism kills more dreams than failure ever could. Faith isn't blind, it's disciplined endurance. It's the ability to walk through uncertainty with calm aggression, trusting that your actions will eventually meet opportunity. Here's your challenge: 90 days. For the next 90 days, write down exactly what you want. No fluff, no half-truths. Be brutally honest, be specific, be bold enough to declare it. Then act on it with consistency and patience. Don't chase miracles, create alignment. When you live with clarity, the world begins to reorganize itself around you. That's not fantasy, that's focus in motion. You'll start to notice signs, patterns, people, and doors that were invisible before, because once your mind knows what to look for, it stops wasting energy on noise. 90 days of pure focus can change the entire trajectory of your life. You'll look back and realize you're no longer guessing, you're directing. You stopped chasing and started receiving. You stopped wishing and started commanding. That's the power of asking with clarity and backing it with disciplined faith. Most people misunderstand Stoicism. They think it means sitting quietly, accepting whatever happens, never asking for anything. That's weakness disguised as wisdom. True Stoicism isn't passive, it's precise. It's the art of focusing only on what you can control and mastering it completely. Asking is where that mastery begins. To ask is not to beg, it's to direct yourself. It's to aim your mind like a spear. Marcus Aurelius said, "The universe is change. Life is what your thoughts make it." When you ask clearly, you take control of the only domain that truly belongs to you, your own thoughts, your own actions, your own energy. Wishful thinking fades, and deliberate focus takes over. That's the moment you stop hoping for luck and start building conditions where success has no choice but to appear. Asking with clarity is not arrogance, it's awareness in motion. In 1969, a young Jim Rohn sat across from his mentor, Earl Schoff, frustrated and broke. He complained, "I work every day, but nothing changes." Schoff asked, "Jim, have you ever written down exactly how much you want to earn?" Rohn hesitated. "No." Schoff smiled and said, "Then how will you know when you've arrived?" That question hit like lightning. It wasn't about money, it was about clarity. For the first time, Jim defined his target with precision. Within 5 years, he became a millionaire. That's not luck, that's direction. A weak man begs, a strong man asks with intent. Begging is emotional noise. Asking is spiritual command. When you say, "I want to change," you're not wishing, you're declaring your evolution. Asking is the first step of becoming. Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." And asking is that preparation. It's the act of planting seeds before the rain comes. It's standing before life and saying, "I'm ready." Most people pray for opportunity, but never build the strength to carry it. They want success, but fear the discipline it demands. They want growth, but resist the discomfort that creates it. A Stoic doesn't wait for ideal conditions, he creates them. He knows that fortune favors the prepared mind. So when you ask, don't whisper. Speak with precision. Be calm, but firm. You can be grounded and still bold. You can be humble and still ambitious. Stoicism doesn't mean detachment from desire, it means domination over it. You don't ask the universe to give, you prepare yourself to receive. You earn the right through clarity, patience, and persistence. The Stoic doesn't wait for miracles. He builds the structure where miracles have no choice but to arrive. He asks not from desperation, but from readiness, because when your inner world is disciplined, your outer world begins to bend toward order. Asking is not begging for pity, it's declaring your preparedness. It's saying, "I've done the work. I've earned the right to want more." That's the difference between a dreamer and a doer. The dreamer hopes. The Stoic acts. The dreamer says, "I wish," The Stoic says, "I will." Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Don't talk about what you deserve. Become it. You attract what mirrors your structure. Weak effort, weak result, strong focus, strong reward. Life doesn't respond to noise. It responds to clarity wrapped in action. Jim Rohn gave one final challenge. Try it for 90 days. You can always go back to the old way, so do it. Write down your goals in painful detail. Speak them daily. Act relentlessly. And if after 90 days nothing changes, fine. Return to your comfort zone. But you won't, because you'll taste the power of clarity, the focus of direction, the calm strength that comes from living on purpose. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." That's not philosophy, it's mechanics. Your thoughts are levers. Your words are triggers. Your focus is fuel. Every great transformation begins with a single question, a single decision to ask, to demand, to define. When you stop living in hesitation and start living with precision, life bends to meet you halfway. That's not luck, it's alignment. So ask without fear, without apology, without hesitation. Write it, speak it, commit to it. Let every thought, every action, every hour you live point in the same direction. Don't just wish for a better life, design it. Don't just dream of freedom, build the discipline that earns it. Don't just hope for clarity, force yourself into it. The universe responds to conviction, not confusion. The moment you ask with total clarity and move with total faith. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop waiting and start building. That's when your energy becomes a command, and your destiny begins to obey. Because the Stoic doesn't beg for life to be easy. He demands to be stronger. So right now, ask clearly, believe fiercely, act relentlessly, and watch what happens. 90 days from now, you won't recognize the person you used to be. You'll finally meet the one who was buried under hesitation. The focused, disciplined, unstoppable you. If this message woke something up inside you, don't just sit with it, move with it. Take one truth from this video and act on it today. Write it down, live it. Discipline isn't built by thinking, it's built by doing. You have everything you need to change: clarity, time, and willpower. Use them, because life won't wait for you to be ready. It only responds when you begin. If this spoke to your soul, leave your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one of them. And remember, growth is not a feeling, it's a decision you make every morning. Thanks for listening, and stay strong. This is Stoic Psychology.